Hi, this is Mike with ClickStats Sports. This tutorial video will be going over the game manager. Real quickly, I'll walk around the components and show you the different functionalities. On the bottom is the stat box entry. This is where the stats will be entered. Once the stats are entered, they'll show up into the play ticker. To designate an area where the stat took place, you'll simply click on the court. A left click will trigger the visiting team, and the right click will trigger the home team. Up at the top is the clock. The clock can be stopped and played. If a stat circle is put onto the court, it can be cleared with this button. Also, the clock can be changed. We can come down here and change it like so. But let's put it back to 8 minutes. Over here we have a helpful reminder for the keys that go along with the stats. And then up here is a go back to launch button if the game was incorrectly scheduled. Now let's press play. So I'm first going to click right here and press G1. It was a left click, so it comes up as a visiting stat. And now we'll try to zoom in. And you can see that the stat was entered into the play ticker, away, number 1, 3-point made. So the same process can be done with the home team. If we come over here and do G2, now we have a home, number 2, 3-point made. So that's the process, and you can do it for all 11 stats. There's an assist, block shot, defensive foul, defensive rebound, goaltend, made shot, missed shot, offensive foul, offensive rebound, steal, and turnover. So you have all the main stats, and you'll be able to take a full game with this. Now we can come back and show some different stats. So now let's say we press right here, left click A1. There was an assist, and now let's say the play was coming up here. So we have a shot right here, which was G4. Oops. So now that play with the assist and the field goal was both recorded. And another thing to remember is that anything that's taking outside of the 3-point arc is going to be automatically counted as a 3-point attempt or 3-point made, depending on whether it's a make or a miss. And same with inside. Anything inside is going to be a field goal. So let's come back down here and keep playing. One other thing to remember too, to get faster at taking stats, the first step is memorizing the 11 keys, which does not take long. After your 2 full games, you'll have a good control over the keys. And then another thing to keep in mind is to try to anticipate the play. So if you're a stat or a coach scouting, you just want to anticipate, and then you can kind of click here. And if the play does not take place, you can simply just click somewhere else. Or if you just want to get rid of the circle, probably you'll do less, but you can press this clear button. So now let's do another stat. We have F2, which was a 3-point attempt by the home team, and then we'll do a defensive rebound by player number 2 on the away team, so they're coming back with the ball. Now you can do a steal from the home team, that'd be S, then the player who did it, let's say it was player number 3, and then obviously there'd be a turnover, so we'll go D2. Another tip is not to put circles right on top of each other if you can help it. This way you'll be able to see the stats better in the stat manager. So for that play, rather than putting the steal and the turnover in the exact same spot, I moved over a little bit. Now let's try to do a little bit of a faster play. So one thing that can help with this is the unknown player. So if there was a play, let's say that was started off with a home, missed shot, and then there was a offensive rebound, another missed shot, then another offensive rebound, but it was just going too fast and the statistician couldn't keep up. Instead of putting in the number, you could just put in the stat and then press spacebar to commit it, and then it will come in as an unknown player right here, so number 9999. And when you go into the stat manager, you'll get the stat, but you won't know which player did it. So that's just kind of a helpful tool. So one other thing that we can talk about is the ball going out of bounds. You can press stop clock, and this will bring up a reminder filter that the clock has been stopped. So if the game clock has started and the statistician forgets to turn the clock back on, this will kind of help him or her remember that the clock is off, because you can't enter stats when this is in. So now we'll press play. And then another quick thing you can do to stop the clock is, rather than coming up to the stop, especially if the play is somewhere down here, you can just press out of bounds anywhere around the court. So now let's stop the clock, and we'll come over here and we'll change the time down to 2 seconds to get into the second quarter, just a little bit faster. Okay, so now we're in the second quarter. Let's press play. Now let's look at the delete play option. So I'll put a made shot right here. And so now that gave the home team 3 points. If we come over here and press delete, it'll take that play out of the play ticker and also delete the score. Another thing is the free throw function. So let's come over here and do a let's do a home foul. So E2 on the home team made a defensive foul, and we'll say that the person that was fouled on the away team was player number 1. We'll save that. And now we're in the free throw box, and you have a made free throw, ball out of bounds, made free throw 1 attempt, missed free throw 1 attempt, missed free throw start clock. So we'll do a made free throw plus 1 attempt, made free throw, ball out of bounds. It gets put into the play ticker, gets registered in the clock, and now we'll press play. The last thing we'll touch on is the substitution. So if we come down here and click on these arrows, it'll bring up the rosters for the home team under here and away team under here. So let's press this. It'll stop the clock. This is much like the assigning starters functionality. So you'll just take the player that you want to sub out and pull him or her over, and then pull the other one in. So just drag and drop. So we'll take like so. Drop that down. Now I'll press play. So now if we come back and we do a shot G4, it'll say no player found. So we'll stop the clock. And that was the player that was just subbed out. And now if we do another play, G7, who was just subbed in, that will register. So now let's stop the clock again. Or actually, now let's stop the clock and change the time. Bring it back down to 1 second. Press play. Once the half runs out, you'll get a box saying it's halftime. Do you want to enter the stats manager for a breakdown? We'll say yes. And this is a quick view of the stat manager. You can go over your stats, but we'll save this for the next tutorial video, so we'll press go back. And I'll finish this game up, and then we can review the game stats in the next video, which will be the stat manager tutorial video. Thanks for watching. My name is Mike. I'm a member of the ClickStats Sports team.